हाय। तो अगेन वीकेंड आ चुका है और जय मैं और मम्मी पापा वापस निकल चुके हैं एक और जर्नी पे। इस बार हम आए हैं टेनेसी। ये टेनेसी में हार्मनी रेंज फार्म एंड ग्रीनरी है। सुना है हमने इसका फेसबुक और यूट्यूब वीडियोस बहुत देखा है। इसमें गोट्स है, काउस है, गोट मिल्किंग है और बहुत बड़ा फार्म है। हमने ऐसा सुना है कि एक कार में ले जाते हैं और पूरा दूध खाते हैं। दिखते क्या होता है, आइए हमारे साथ।
दोस्तों हम अभी हार्मनी फार्म्स में हैं। वी आर टोल्ड टू फॉलो दैट लेडी। So around 10-15 people in this group.
That's a tall.
So looks like it's a big farm.
And that's where we make all of our soap and lotion.
There you go.
Behind the good shower curtain. In that pot, I can make 100 bars at a time. So all of our oils, our base oils, are organic. We do double the goat's milk in every bar, and we just made soap actually Tuesday. So these two molds here, this is what a mold looks like without the insulator. But these two molds on the ground have an insulator around them, and they have to stay in those molds for 3 days. And then we just mold them. We cut it 2 different ways, and then it goes on those white curing racks in the back. So all of those white racks has soap that's curing. And that takes about 3 weeks, if not a month.
Oh.
So it takes a minute to make a bar of soap. We have 25 different scents of soap and 14 different scents of lotion. I think double the goat's milk. I told you that. Donkey Dew is one of our soaps that we have, so that's a lot of fun to buy. It smells amazingly wonderful. But Donkey Dew, we have like 10 fun bars, gummy goats, things like that. Any questions about soap and lotion? Eczema, psoriasis. So many people don't go to the dermatologist anymore. They just use their soap regularly. We have a facial bar for acne, and my husband uses the exfoliant bar because it has organic rosemary that we raise and organic oatmeal in it, all crushed up.
अब हम एक गाड़ी में बैठे हैं and we'll be going further for the tour of the farm.
little bumpy ride.
It's a gravel road. इधर देखिए बहुत सारा खाली अब देखिए they're feeding geese and
The geese come here too. So we have a lot of geese that visit our farm. The ducks are all free flyers. We don't cut the ducks, the chicken's wings. The ducks, of course, can fly. We don't cut the chicken's wings. And we support 4-H. So 4-Hers buy a little chick, they grow it up to a full-size chicken, and we go to that auction and we bid on those chickens and pay a stupid amount of money for chickens. But we support our 4-H. See all the geese over here? So they come and go. They're wild, of course. And honestly, if you see a duck that's all black, it's a white breast. So it has to be all black, thin, and joined our flock. So we like to say that our animals are in harmony and harmony land. All the wild ducks live with the domesticated ones. And then the geese, as you can see, they're very
Hello.
Hi.
could bombard them and move them away to eat the grain, but they don't. They wait until they're moved and then they come back.
कुछ कुछ ducks नीचे है. Okay.
The ducks stay, all the wild ducks stay, but the geese come and go. This pond has catfish, bluegill, crappie, and bass as well. They're going to be bigger in this pond because that's a fish feeder on the dock, and it throws catfish food out, catfish food every night. And this pond is 14 years old, so they're quite large in here. Blue and
अभी आगे जा रहे हैं. देखिए सब
गोश्त को.
गोश्त की दिखा रहे. देखिए बातें.
Line. So cute.
चलो उनका एग्जैक्टली पता है कब वो मील्स मिलता है उसका.
all right. So if I don't do this, they would be in the woods. When they make it to this point, when they make it to this point, they actually can go into the woods. You always have to have a barn for your dairy goats. They don't like rain. So a meat goat can stay out in the rain a little bit more, but not a dairy goat. So the idea is they're born in the milk barn. You'll see that later. They go to the nursery, leave the nursery, go to that front barn where my first 4 original goats were. Then if I don't sell them, they come here. So once they make it here, they have the whole field, they have the barn, and all the woods to go into. This is just a treat. They're not even hungry, really. They're just eating their goats. But and the ones with the horns, that's kind of unusual. We don't have horns on our farm because we're a dairy, and you can't get their head in the stanchion to be milked. These have horns because they're boys and they're going to a land clearing business. So this man in Atlanta buys all my boys every year, and he uses them to clear your kudzu, poison ivy, any invasive weed. A goat's going to clean it up. And so they're leaving actually tomorrow. So, and then all the ones that don't have horns are girls or does. And I'm still deciding who I'm keeping. I'm still selling a few goats here and there. So if I keep them, I'll grow them up to 100, 120 pounds, and I'll start my breeding program. My bucks are, they're out. A lot of times they're in the woods. There's 4 of them. So we're going to have 10 intact breeding bucks, and they're going to stay separated. If you put some bucks in with your does and just leave them there, that would be a Jerry Springer show. I'm going to have to DNA test. It's $40 a goat to do that. We have about 35 permanent champions on this farm, and so genetics is huge. And I have a breeding program. So we take the buck out, we take the doe out, they go on a date, then I put it in my Goat Book app. My phone has an app called Goat Book, and I can track all 164 goats with that app.
Wow.
5 months gestation. They're going to have 1 to 5 kids, but more often than not, twins or triplets the first time out. Very common. We had sextuplets this year for the first time, 6 baby goats on February 1st. And that was from a dwarf. Nigerian dwarfs have more goats than your standard. Why does an intact buck smell? What does he do to himself to make himself smelly? He pees on himself. Who said that? Yeah. Do you have goats? No. So a buck, an intact buck with his special jewels, will pee on himself, and when he does, the girls go crazy. They love it. They love it. It's actually his cologne. Don't try this at home. But it's his cologne, and the girls want to breed him if he has a lot of that cologne on. So that is the only dairy goat that will smell. Your kids don't smell. Your milkers don't smell. The goats kind of get a bad rap for smelling. It's just the intact buck that smells. Any questions so far?
बकरी को देखो बहुत सारे बच्चे नेक्स्ट हमारे साथ शायद तो गाय की तरफ many cows out there, but we'll see how it looks. बहुत सब्जियाँ चाहिए। अभी हम गाय का एंकल चलाए तो सब हमारे गाड़ी की तरफ आएंगे शायद। बहुत मारामारी हो सकता है कभी। देखिए कितने सारे गाय हैं। ये तो स्प्रिंग वाटर है, आइस कोल्ड है, बहुत ठंड है। देखिए और लोग एग्जैक्टली पता है क्या करना है। बढ़िया बढ़िया गाय। देखिए पानी का पीने के लिए। देखिए
वो देखना आपके पीछे।
Wait, move away.
Now, the bull only comes to you if you have good energy. Oh,
What's that bad energy? No bull.
Bull sometimes doesn't even come to you.
Here comes the bull.
Hi, baby.
मार मारी थी भाई आपके पीछे।
देखिए
There's the baby. Oh, look. He's not a little baby. He's a boy. Boy.
कितना 150 गाय है।
मारा मारी हो गई।
What he is.
Baby.
फुट तो इतना कम है।
उनको सिर्फ यही फूड मिलता है।
Here's some more food.
I'm right here. Look, he doesn't get a cow.
Oh. Bumping.
Iyo single mo to jewa. Ito single.
And look at the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
They usually follow us, believe it or not, when we go to bacon and sausage. So they'll come and but we do need to leave and go see bacon and sausage now.
Choo, not choo. बेसी जाओ पापा। जी बैठ जा।
टू
पापा बेसी जा।
बस
तूने की तू।
इतना 150 गाय था इधर। नेक्स्ट टाइम पिक्स के साथ जाएंगे। देखिए, so many pigs.
Okay. I'm not going to throw food today. If they're orange, they are a Tamler. If they're gray, they're a Berkshire. They have all to the left, they have all to the right, and they have 2 acres in the woods. And he's fixing a hole there that they were getting out. Yeah. This is kind of interesting, I think. 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days is gestation. So that sow's going to keep those piglets in her belly for 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Usually on that 3rd day we have piglets. We've had 6, we've had 12, we've had 18, we've had 8. Now these are special too. So see that tractor tire? It has some concrete in it to make a bowl.
This is the feeding going on.
One of the couches.
I have 2 30-gallon vats, and each vat can yield me 45 pounds of cheese. So that's 90 pounds of cheese, and sometimes I do that twice a day. So all that whey, you can't keep putting it on your property. It's illegal. The acidity level is too high for the runoff. So you have a hog farmer pick all your whey up, or you have your own hogs. I worked under a goat mentor for 5 years. And he bought me my first set of hogs as a way to dispose of my whey. So they drink it. If you drink 500 gallons of whey a day, you're going to be a bodybuilder hog, right? It's the same way that the bodybuilders do. So our pork is so high in flavor, high in protein, and low in fat. If you have a sausage quesadilla at the grill, he takes a mild, mixes it together with onions and peppers on a homemade flour tortilla. That's our sausage quesadilla at the grill. Who's heard back in the day, you ever want to dispose of something, just take it to a hog farm and there'll be no evidence left. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah. I had a forensic scientist on board. She stood up in front of my whole 30 people I had that day and said, it still happens to this day. It's about a 600-pound hog. They have to get to it in time because they have to open up their intestines and take out their evidence. After 3 days, give them a few more licks. No questions about bacon and sausage or cheeseburgers and steak. How many people do you have working your farm? 12 people right now. Go up to 15. Or 14 hours up to 38. Okay. This is actually the mom of the calf you're going to be cuddling. So you guys will be cuddling the calf. She got terrible, terrible mastitis and could not nurse. So she's all healed up, but we're feeding the calf for her. That's only happened 5 times in 16 years.
बाद में इसका बच्चे को हम कत्ल करेंगे. इधर total 12 employees है.
We raised her from a baby. I forget what happened to her mom, but Copper Top's her name. And she's already had 4 calves just fine, and she raised them, but this last one, for some reason, she couldn't. So you'll get to cuddle a calf later today. Come again?
अभी हम next boat enclosure जाएंगे. Boat meeting for the shore.
Specifically for ferry boats. The moms are going to come in this door a little bit later. They're going to go up these stairs and then they march. Yes, they march. When they get here, I have to make sure it's closed. They start putting their heads here, these arms go over their necks. And it's really convenient because this is the only time they need rain. So they're eating grain because they're being milked. Their udders are back here. We can wash them, put the inflations on, and mix them in. I pull from my feet. I pull again. And I think I told you I feed a
Genetically
modified organism. That means anything like plants and animals that are modified.
Yes, very good. You took it one step further. I love it. Genetically modified organism, for those of you that may not have heard. My brain has no.
अभी ये सब खाने का चीज़ है इसमें लगा है ये लोग कितने से मतलब
Pretty cool, huh?
भरा हुआ भी
So that saves me a lot of time. I didn't have this system for a long. The paper towel. You don't want to use the same paper towel for each teeth. You don't want any cross contamination. These are what the inflations look like before she puts them on. These are filters. So all of these lines have a cylinder, and we have to open that up and put a filter in. 35-pound pail is 4.5 gallons. 1 gallon of goat's milk by itself is 8.6 pounds. She has to hand carry 70 pounds, cross over 2 rooms, and pour that into my vat so I can pasteurize. This is what it looks like when they're pumping. It goes through the line, through the filter, into the pail. We have 2 goats hooked up to 1 pot. Same thing down here. We might have 12 mamas up there, but we're only milking 4 at a time, and then we just keep rotating.